Hello and welcome to IATEFL. I'm joined by the lovely Maria Willoughby.
Hi.
Ree, hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well as well. How are you enjoying the conference?
Very much. It's always a delight to be here, actually. I've already run into quite a few people I know.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's just,
Yeah.
friend central at the moment. It's really good.
Wonderful.
Okay, Ree, I obviously know you, but for anyone watching who hasn't met you yet or doesn't know about your work, can you tell us where are you based and what do you do?
So I work at International House London and I am a teacher trainer. I work on the CELTA and Delta, and also I have worked on the MAT Sol for Kings. And at the moment I am doing something else.
Oh, that's very mysterious.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try and delve a little bit more into what you're doing. You're here at IATEFL, and on Friday morning, you're giving a talk with Will Morrow about that something else that you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, so hang on. So your talk is called The Curse of Knowledge.
Yes.
Can you tell us what inspired you to write that talk?
Absolutely. So for those of you who don't know, the curse of knowledge is a cognitive bias that occurs when you have become an expert in something, and it means you can no longer see the problems that occur when you're new to something. So the way that, like, if you've been teaching for years and years and years and years, you don't really understand why a brand new teacher doesn't know how to get the class's attention, for example. And so there are quite a few negative impacts of that, things like lack of empathy. And so one of the reasons I'm really interested in this is because the something else I'm doing, the Teacher Portal, is an online CPD site, really, to help teachers in their development, and particularly early career teachers. And I realized that I don't know what they need anymore because I'm not in their shoes. So it really comes about from that. How do we really help newly qualified teachers or early career teachers in such a way that our own biases as not experts, but certainly more expert than them, in such a way that our things aren't getting in their way.
And that's incredibly useful. And I think people probably may not even be aware that this is happening, that the further on in your career you get, the further in away from the pre-service teachers we're actually moving. And so you must see this with CELTA and presumably even Delta, and especially at King's with the trainees.
Yeah.
So you've developed a platform. Tell us something, maybe about the methodology behind it, or where did you start? How did you think this is what we're going to do?
So we started with the concept of the staff room, because I don't know about you, but when I started as a teacher, where I did most of my learning, or quite a lot of my learning, was listening to my colleagues talk about things and kind of asking a couple of questions here or there. But I really just eavesdropped for, I think, about a year, really. And so where do you get that kind of sense of eavesdropping, that people are having discussions that you've got, that you can learn something from around you, particularly now that more and more teachers are working online and they're working freelance and they're working independently. And so it started from that idea of community, and what a teaching community does is it asks questions and develops and grows and responds.
Absolutely.
So can there be something that can do that online for newer teachers? And that's where it all kind of stemmed from.
Oh, okay. So in a way, it's as if you were kind of maybe a fly on the wall, listening and watching what other teachers are doing and taking inspiration for that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a wonderful idea. And have you found it interesting to build? Has it been challenging?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been really interesting to build. I think what's challenging, so we build these classroom resources based on what people are talking about in the community. That's one of the things. And what's been really difficult for me is to simplify things and to put the processes down on paper or online in such a way that you know, if you don't have the experience, that you can really access it. And one of the ways we've tried to temper that is by providing videos of teachers teaching. So it's like, here's an example of this. Here's how it can be done. Because nothing really speaks quite like a video.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's that, and it's the best way of, I think, developing professionally, because otherwise you're never going to see what other people are doing in their classrooms, how they're doing it, comparing it potentially to your own teaching. So it's like almost being able to do observation, even though you're not a member of that school necessarily.
Exactly. And so you get just a bit more insight. Yeah. The idea that maybe there should be more glass doors.
Ah, okay. That might be the name of your next talk.
Yeah, maybe. More glass doors.
More glass doors. But this is also interesting from the point of view of a trainer and a teacher. Has revisiting what new teachers might need to know is that the right word? Consolidated.
Yeah.
There we go. I can speak English. What's kind of, you know, some of the teaching principles that you held, and has it helped you with your training? Yeah,
definitely. I've realized a while ago that I'm a lot of my activities that are really like part of my everyday classroom practice, I'd never really thought about or evaluated, but there are really good reasons for them. And as soon as you write them out on a piece of paper, it's like, oh, that's why I do that. Of course, that's how it's really helpful. And I learned most of them, from, you know, those old resource books we used to use, you know, the photocopiables, but they're just not around anymore.
Yes.
You know, so like, how do you get access to the processes that you can then use in any class? So it's done that a bit for me. And I realized how very much more responsive I am as a teacher now than I was in the beginning. So when I'm writing the stuff, I'm like, oh, and this language could come up, or that language could come up, or that language. And I hardly ever plan my language focuses now, but that's not what new teachers need.
Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily.
No. But this is wonderful. So whilst you've been trying to help others develop professionally, you've also been developing through this journey. Ree, what if people are watching online and thinking, oh, okay, so maybe I'm a manager and I have new teachers in my staff room. Any advice for them to get started, to maybe help them think about things they might not be thinking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I think having group planning sessions of people who are teaching the same level together. I think having very kind of clear times when people are available for questions, I think could be very, very helpful for a new teacher. So like, I'm here, I'm doing my own work, but if you've got a quick question, come up to me, because a lot of the time the new teachers want that really rapid response of like, I don't understand this, but can somebody help me? So I think making space in your day for that is really, really important. And I think trying to encourage teachers to do a bit of observation of each other as well can really help. It's not always possible. I know that's really hard, but yeah, ideally, I think
it's one of the best tools we have, and it's free, which is our favorite price. Absolutely. Okay. And Ree, at this wonderful conference, what is one thing that you're looking forward to? What are some things that you're looking forward to seeing and learning?
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing so much. Really, there's quite a lot of talks coming up, but the next one is Sheila Thorne. Ooh. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing her talk. The panel on flipping this afternoon as well.
Which you're also on. Are you on it?
No, I'm not on it.
No, not on it. Okay, this is Melissa Lamb and Joe
Stansfield.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yep, all about flipping the Celta. Okay.
Yep. It's like my mind's gone blank.
There's just too much.
Yeah, there's so much. I'm looking forward to getting back this evening and having a look through the conference program for tomorrow and picking out my talk. Good plan.
Well, listen, all the best with the portal, and also all the best with your talk on Friday.
Thank you so